God bless you, everyone. This is Pastor Jay, your life coach. I pray that you're doing well. Listen, we know that 2025 is just about over, and I must confess that God has been faithful to me. He's blessed my business. We've been able to expand. Also, my church, God has been proliferating and doing great things as it relates to that. And I've also had the opportunity to travel to places that I've never been before, Asia, as well as Israel, which I just got back. I've been to Brazil. God is faithful. Prophecies that has been fulfilled in my year in 2025. I honor God for it. And I want to say to you, for those of you that have been believing God for things to come to pass, maybe something prophetic that has not happened yet, continue to wait on God, because it's going to happen for you. Now, it may not happen when you want it to happen, but it's going to happen in God's Kairos moment, his perfected moment, his perfected time. It reminds me of Abraham. If you can recall in the scripture that God had told Abram that he was going to have a child that would carry on his legacy because he was the progenitor of the children of Israel. Abraham was old, 75 years old, and I don't know about you, but he really didn't need any children at that age or a child. But if God makes a promise to you, God is a promise-keeping God, and I want you to understand that. It may not have happened for you 2025, but it is going to happen. And I know for some of you, it seems like the time is running out. This is an hourglass, but I want you to know that God is going to fulfill his word, and he's also going to reset the time for you. God made a promise to Abram and Sarah that they were going to have a child in their old age, as I just said. And in between the promise and the fulfillment, they had gotten a little weary. And sometimes in life we get a little weary, and you know what the scripture says, let us not be weary in well-doing, because in due season we will reap if we faint not. But sometimes in life, man, as humans, we get a little weary, we grow a little discouraged, and that's what happened with Sarah and Abraham. God made a promise, and they're waiting for it to happen. It didn't happen fast enough. So Sarah says to Abram, go into my handmaiden Hagar and let her give you a son. Abraham did not renege on it. He pitched a tent that night, got it on. Next thing you know, 9 months later, a son by the name of Ishmael was produced. There are a lot of us that are producing Ishmaels that are not necessarily a part of God's plan. Why should you settle for an Ishmael when you can have an Isaac, the promised son? God had to speak to Abraham and Sarah again and said, look, you got to do it my way. God resetted the clock, recalibrated her womb, opened up her barren womb, and she was able to bring forth in God's time Isaac, the promised son. Let me tell you what, let God do what he needs to do. And although the time seems to be running out on you, as I said, God is going to reset the time, reset the schedule, and make it happen for you. So be encouraged. This is Pastor Jay, your life coach. Make sure you like, share, and by all means, follow me.